4 or 5 long years, Eli Mercer had spoken mostly to the wind. His ranch sat on the edge of Sagebrush Hollow, a dry, wind-beaten patch of land where nothing grew easy, not cattle, not crops, and certainly not love. The loss of his wife Clara had turned the vibrant ex-sheriff into a ghost of a man. He had built the fences, mended the barn, and worked his cattle with the silence of a man who didn't expect, or want, company. But life, as it does on the frontier, had other plans. It was a scorching July morning when a dust cloud rolled in from the east trail. Eli squinted under his Stetson, one hand shading his eyes, the other resting near the revolver holstered at his hip. It wasn't often strangers came this far out. When the wagon came to a jerking halt, he saw them. 3 young women, all heavy with child, stepping down from the back like worn-out angels. The eldest, with fierce green eyes and chestnut hair braided down her back, stepped forward. "We're looking for safe ground. My name's Maybelle. These are my sisters, Josie and Clara." Eli's heart skipped, not because of her name, but because in the blink of an eye he saw fire and sorrow behind her steady gaze. Women on the run, women who'd seen too much. He said nothing for a long while, until the silence grew heavy between them. "There's an empty bunkhouse," he muttered. "Ain't got much, but there's water and shade." Chapter 2. Secrets Beneath the Dust. Days bled into weeks, and still the sisters stayed. May was the most outspoken, taking charge of meals and chores without asking. Josie, quiet and pale, rarely left the bunkhouse except to sit under the cottonwood tree. And Clara, the youngest and most joyful, often sang while scrubbing laundry down by the creek, a sound that haunted and healed in equal measure. Eli tried to keep his distance, but each day it became harder. He caught himself listening for May's voice when the wind shifted. He found his boots walking toward the bunkhouse before his mind caught up. The silence he once clung to began to crack, first with shared suppers, then with soft laughter under stars, and finally with stories. One night, while the fire crackled and coyotes howled from the hills, May finally spoke of what had brought them to his farm. "Our stepfather sold us a man in New Mexico," she said, voice flat. "He called it marriage, said it was salvation. Truth was, he wanted heirs, and he didn't care how he got them. We ran the night he beat Clara near to death." Eli's jaw tightened. He had seen that kind of cruelty during his days as sheriff, and it made his blood boil. "You're safe here," he said. "I swear it." May looked up, her eyes glinting in the firelight. "Safe don't exist for women like us. Not really." Chapter 3. The Ride into Town. Trouble came one morning in the form of Deputy Rigg, riding up with dust on his boots and suspicion in his eyes. "Got word from over the border," he said. 3 women on the run. 1 man dead. Pregnant, scathed, and dangerous. Eli stood between Rigg and the bunkhouse door. "They ain't your concern," he growled. "Not while they are on my land." "You hidden fugitives now, Eli." "I'm protecting women. There's a difference." The deputy squinted. "You best be careful. Law or not, that man they left behind had brothers, and they're coming to—" When the deputy left, May came from the shadows. "You'd risk your land, your life, for us?" she asked. "I already lost everything that mattered once," Eli replied. "I won't stand by and watch it happen again." Chapter 4. The Storm and the Gunfire. The outlaws came just as the sky turned bruised purple with storm clouds. 4 riders, all wearing dust-covered coats and eyes full of hate. They didn't ask questions, just opened fire. Eli moved fast, faster than any man his age should have. He shoved May down behind the water trough and fired back from the porch, rifle steady, heart pounding. "You know how to shoot," he shouted. May's voice rang clear. "Better than my stepfather ever knew." Together they fought, a strange, fierce partnership forged in lightning and gunpowder. Josie, though heavy with child, managed to get Clara to safety in the cellar. May covered Eli as he limped from barn, wounded but not out. By the end of it, 3 lay dead. The 4th rode off into the night, blood trailing behind him like a warning. Eli collapsed, blood seeping from his leg. May dropped beside him, hands shaking as she pressed a cloth to the wound. "You fool," she whispered. "You could have died." His breath was ragged. Would have been worth it. Chapter 5. A baby, a burial, and a beginning. The rain broke at dawn. Clara gave birth first, twin girls with lungs like thunder. Then came Joseph's son, wide-eyed and silent. And finally, May's child, a stubborn girl who arrived breech but screamed loud enough to wake the hills. Eli built 3 cradles by hand. His limp never quite healed, but he swore he didn't feel the pain when the babies were near. The sisters buried the dead riders on the edge of the property, marked only by stones and silence. "I'm staying," May said one day, her child nestled against her chest. "If you'll have us." Eli's voice cracked. "You already belong here. All of you." She stepped close, brushing dust from his shirt. "You gave us a home, Eli Mercer. But more than that, you gave us back our dignity." "And you gave me life," he said. "I'd forgotten what it meant to feel something more than pain." Epilogue. The house in Sagebrush Hollow. Years passed, but the legend of Sagebrush Hollow grew. People spoke of a man who lost everything, only to find family in the most unlikely way. A man who taught 3 wounded women how to trust again, and women who taught him how to live. Eli married May beneath the cottonwood tree where she first said his name with softness. Josie ran the kitchen that fed every hungry rider who passed through. Clara became a midwife, delivering babies with a laugh and a prayer. The wind still howled across the plains, but now it carried the sound of children's laughter, of hammers building, of love reborn. And on quiet nights, Eli sat with May beneath the stars, her head on his shoulder, her hand in his, and he knew, sometimes redemption comes in the form of fire, storms, and 3 pregnant sisters who just needed a place to begin again.